All right, Brian Cohen is ready in the waiting room, and he just has to click in. Let's see what
See what
happens.
Brian's got.
Let's see what Brian's got. So you were mentioning before, Avi, that it's the first time that the Rumble Ponies, sorry, not the Rumble Ponies, that the Hungry Hippos have 2 wins in a
They're,
season.
yeah, at least in the last 2 years. We'll speak to Brian about it, but I think the Hungry Hippos accomplished their second win for the first time in a season, and we're only 3 games in, or 4 games in. So the Hungry Hippos are way ahead of pace, and I'm sure Brian will have a lot to say about that as we're waiting for him to click in over here. Brian Cohn, I watched, I think, the last 3 innings of the game against the Black Sox.
Oh yeah, I saw you there.
Yeah, I got some good video, some good footage as the Black Sox attempt to make a comeback. I think he has had the tying run at the plate. I think it was 2-on, 2-out for Shmuel Adelson, if my memory serves correct. I think he grounded out to third base or something like that. So.
That's right, Sammy Miller stopped him. There he is.
Oh, right. There we go.
Hi, can you hear me?
We could hear you.
Okay, amazing.
Brian, you're live. You're live. You're live.
Hi. How's it going?
Welcome to the inaugural podcast of the inaugural Let's Go podcast of the Hillcrest Softball League.
Thank you so much.
How come your seatbelt is fastened? I hope you're not driving.
Oh no! I stop on the side of the road. I can take it off, but that makes me feel more comfortable.
You stopped on the side of the road. Where are you headed?
I'm just on my way to pick up my kid from school. So
how long?
Dave,
do you have
another one of our dedicated HSL players here, stopping off from work to picking up his kid just to get on the pod here. Look at that.
Yeah. I wouldn't miss it.
You wouldn't miss it.
Yeah.
So Brian, before we get into last week's game and the Hungry Hippos, we just want to know a little bit more about you. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in the 5 towns in Woodmere.
Haven't heard of it.
Yeah. I got into softball at a very young age, like everyone else in the league, probably. And then one of my good friends in the league, Shlomo Ross, got me in this pickup game on Tuesday nights where Halb is now. They used to be a field there at the public school. And I met like a bunch of the guys, like some guys from the Bombers, and some other guys in the league, and then eventually found my way to the Hillcrest Softball League. Yeah.
I met Shlomo Ross the last couple of weeks. He was, I think he was keeping, I made some mistakes with the standings or the stats or something. He reached out to me, and then I met him at the last game. He's a Chabadsker, right?
He is. He's a good guy. Big baseball guy.
Big baseball guy, yeah.
Shout out to all the Chabadsters out there watching. Let's get some more Chabadster teams into the HSL going forward.
Crown Heights is really pretty close to Queens and some of the Long Island fields.
I was actually talking to a mostly Chabad team before the season, trying to get them involved, and I couldn't. Out of all the successes we've had with getting teams in, I couldn't hook them in. But hopefully for next season or maybe this summer we can get something going.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Shlomo. I'll talk to him.
Awesome.
So, Brian, so you were playing in this Tuesday night league with Shlomo, and then Shlomo says, let's start a team. What happened?
So then I moved to the Heights when I was in college. I went to City College, so I lived in the Heights. And then I had some friends who were in the Hillcrest Softball League, guys like Eric Sturm and Andy Rosenberg. They were in this is like we're going like 7-8 years back now. So I joined that team, and then they kind of found other leagues, whatever, moving around, getting married, and so then I eventually decided to start a team of my own because I did not want to give up the league.
You got muted for a second there at the end.
Oh, I said that all the guys in that team, the team kind of dispersed. People got married.
What was the name of that team? I remember them. What were they called?
We had a whole bunch of different team names, but the best one was Dom's Boys. And our logo was a picture of Dom's face. It was great.
That's very
that was
cool.
a great time.
I'm sure
Brian, how'd you end up with the captain role? You've been captain now for so many years. How did that come to be?
Yeah, I just decided I wanted to make my own team. Once my other team kind of dispersed, broke up, I didn't want to give up playing softball in the league. So I took it into my own hands, made my own team.
Very cool.
And now you have playing for you my good friend Zalman Moses. How did that happen?
Oh, me and Zalman, we go way back. Went to Dora Golden together back in the day. He went to yeshiva in Israel with me. We've been friends for a long time, so I had to have him on the team.
He's a Pirates fan. Is that you're comfortable with that?
Yeah, I mean, no Red Sox fans allowed, but Pirates is okay.
Right.
This should be a anonymous, unanimous, I should say, no Red Sox fan allowed podcast. W, what do you think as a Mets fan?
I think it's a good rule for the league. Although to be honest, as a long-suffering Mets fan, the Red Sox were really my team from 2002 to 2015. I was basically a closet Red Sox fan.
Well, because you were rooting against the Yankees.
That's right.
Typical
Well,
Met followers out there. Typical Met fan. Met fans can't find joy in themselves, so they got to root against the Yankees.
Nothing better than
Brian, how about you? Who do you root for? Yankees?
I'm a Yankee fan. Thank God, my father, taught me to be a fan of a good team. They bring me lots of joy. Not always, but
How old are you?
I'll be 30 in a few weeks.
So 2009 you were able to see, but 2000 maybe you were too young.
2000 I had very vague memories. I was only 6 years old, and I remember my dad woke me up after the Yankees won the World Series. I have memories of that. I don't know if I necessarily have so many memories of 01 and 03, what happened then, but 2000 a little bit, 2009 definitely.
And we won't talk about what happened in 2004.
No, definitely not.
So Brian, Sunday you took on the Nashville Getaways Black Sox. Tell us a little bit about the game.
Yeah, that was a big game for us. I mean, we were 1-2 coming in. We had lost a tough game the week earlier. We had a bunch of subs, and we were winning late in the game. And then one of our top players made a bad error. We were up 12-11, and it was 2 outs to make up to 5 runs. We ended up losing that game last week. So we really needed this one. It was a tough game, very evenly matched game. Our pitcher was a little shaky for the first 5 innings, a lot of walks. But luckily, the Black Sox weren't able to come with any big hits. Our defense was able to hold.
Brian, why didn't you say how you really feel?
No, it was big. You guys had us on the ropes.
That's right. We made some key errors ourselves, but I also have to give a shout out to your third baseman, Sammy Miller. Whoa, what a lockdown third base!
Sammy saved the game, at least 2 times. He had that nice pick. It was a line drive, and it was a one hopper, bounced a foot in front of him. He snared it and made the play. And probably would have won 2 runs. I remember correctly. We went down the line and 2 runs on. So he saved the game there. He made the game-ending play. He was a beast. Definitely player of the day for us.
Was Sammy the one who made the game-winning play? Was that Sammy? I think it was a ground that wasn't.
Yeah, he made the last play. And he came up with a big RBI triple in the first inning for us. He had a great game. Great game for Sammy.
Any other players on your team we should keep our eye on?
I mean, we have a we got a stud outfield out there. Shlomo made an error in center field, but Shlomo in center, Gabe Marin in left, and Aryeh Korman in right. I mean, it's going to be very hard to, hit it into the outfield.
How about your first baseman? He's pretty mediocre from what I've seen.
Definitely mediocre. I caught every ball on Sunday, so that was a win.
And Brian, let's look a little forward towards your matchup this week, Brian. Who the Hungry Hippos? By the way, Yaakov Cat Studio Hungry Hippos. Give a shout out to Yaakov Cat Studios. If you if you look at our follow the HSL WhatsApp status, which you definitely should, you can see the beautiful picture that Yaakov's taken of all the teams.
Yeah, I know he was very excited to take a picture of our team last Sunday. Although, unfortunately, we only had 4 guys in jerseys there because of all the subs. It was just one of those weeks.
Oh, man. Maybe that's why Yaakov's going to be... Maybe that's why he's going to be a hard time re-upping his sponsorship for this summer. I'm just joking.
No, maybe...
so, Brian, who we up against this week?
I believe we're up against the Vipers, who are off to a tough start this season.
Yeah, well, the Vipers... we were talking about him earlier on the podcast. Mr. Jacob Byrne, Addictive Ads himself, coming off of their first win. So this should be a fun.
Yeah,
You know, they're on the ropes. I mean, they got to win. So they're 1-4.
Yeah, don't want to fall too far behind. There's only 4 games left for each of us. Every game really matters at this point.
Yeah, you guys beat the Vipers, and that puts the Vipers in a tough spot. But they beat you, and you're already falling back to the 6, 7, 8 seed, where you're hanging around the edge of the playoffs.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily a must-win for us, but I would say it's more of a must-win for them. We're definitely just trying to get in that top 5, those top 5 seeds, not trying to play in that playing game, the 6-7 game. But right now, I think we're in 5th place right now, so not a must-win for us. It would definitely be nice if this would be a position to finish top 5, but definitely the pressure is on the Vikings this Sunday.
Right.
Brian, so we got about 5 minutes left. How has your experience so far been of the revamped HSL?
It's been great. I tell everyone who plays softball or knows anything about softball. I've been telling so many people about the league how the league's just taken a big step up this year. 18 teams in the league is a pretty easy number for softball. It's not easy to find even 10 guys per team. I know, Avi, how much trouble you all have finding subs every week. Just getting guys to play is a lot less harder. You guys managed to get 18 teams to commit. I mean, it's very impressive. The website is cool. And keeping every week, which is great. And overall, it's definitely been fun. It's very fun to have dirt also, for sure.
What do you think? What do you think of the breakup of the Titan and Legacy League in terms of the talent balance? Do you like that better? Now that you have sort of more.
I am definitely a victim of many blowouts from some of the teams in the league, and it was honestly not so fun always going to the game, waking up early, knowing we're only going to play 5 innings, we're going to get first seed. So it's been good. I feel like it's been a good experience for everyone. I'm pretty sure last year we were the only. I can't remember the last time a team we had to invoke the 4-inning mercy rule because we were losing to the Blue Wahoo by 30 runs. I think Avi Netter hit 4 home runs in 2 innings. It was ugly. So I've never seen that rule enforced into a game. But it's definitely been good. Every game has been competitive for us. So it's been fun for sure.
What are the areas of improvement that you think the league might need?
I definitely think there is some room for improvement in the website. It's not so user friendly right now. Finding stats. Also, all the stats are kind of just every player in one list. I think if I was broken up between all the stats, one giant list of all the players. If it was somehow broken up into each team and you could click on a team.
You can search by team, Mr. Cohen.
Oh, look at that. Okay, I need to figure that out. I'm not sure how to work the website so well. I'm still trying to figure it out. So and
Brian, I know that a couple people, you included, made the comments that we're looking for all-star fields here. Some of our fields, from what I understand, aren't necessarily the best condition. We're dealing with these Queens Parks Department people trying to get these fields. Let me tell us a little about the fields. Have the fields been treating you well enough so far? How's that been going?
So, I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think the biggest issue has definitely been with Peck so far. It doesn't seem like they take such good care of their fields, which is a shame for everyone else. There was literally on Peck 4, there's 4 or 5 just giant holes in the outfield. These wow. 2 feet by 2 feet holes that are just in the middle of the ground. And then in Peck 5, there was literally a cinder block on the first
Brian,
base.
I have to interrupt you because I've been very involved with the Queens Parks Department and I have an account with them, so I now get their emails. And I got an email from them that said, join us for a live webinar Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll show you how we maintain our fields and give you tips on how to maintain our fields. I'm like, this is not a webinar I'm going to be attending. I don't think you guys know anything about maintaining a field.
I think they mow the grass maybe once a year. They go
Probably.
They go in February before the spring. They mow the grass and that's it. Because there's always grass in the whole infield. It's very unkept in the outfield. So maybe
if anybody watching this podcast, Baruch Hashem, like I said earlier, we have so many teams, we have so many fields. If anyone watching this podcast wants to give us a little bit of leads onto, we have a lot of gorgeous Five Towns fields. We have a gorgeous West Hempstead fields. We have a lot of gorgeous fields. We don't want to say the HSL here we only have bad fields, but we always want to hear the feedback. And if anyone has any great fields to replace some other fields that we have that aren't the best, we are all ears, and we would love to get into it. Now that I have my squeegee, I went to buy a squeegee, so hopefully there'll be no water issues going forward. As I'll be every Friday, I'll be on the fields for hours squeegeeing the water away. But we don't want no ditches. We don't want ditches in the ground. So if anyone has any field, definitely feel free to let us know. Brian, you've been a pleasure. Dave, any lasting words?
I don't have any lasting words. How about you, Brian?
I look forward to beating you in the playoffs.
Whoa!
One last word. I have a theory of team building. That win that you guys had on Sunday against us is very much a team building win for you guys. I would say that you took on a pretty tough team in the Black Sox, a lot of talented players, and you were down late. You scored, I think, a run in the 8th, another in the 9th, and then held down a late rally against us. It's the kind of win that gives you more confidence and something to build on and really pull the team together.
For sure. We're a defense first team. That's what we always we preach defense. So definitely it was good for everyone to feel like our defense was really the reason we won that game. So definitely a team building.
And Brian, who would you say you had coming up in the schedule here? Let me pull it up quickly. Let's get a little bit of a.
I think it's the Vipers.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be a big game.
All right, so good luck on Sunday, and hopefully we'll have you back on the pod soon.
Awesome. Have fun.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. All right, is Brian frozen or is he gone?
I don't know. It seems like he's gone, but let's keep the picture of Brian up while we keep talking.
That was a fun interview as we got now we got a cute background there of Brian in his car. What a debut episode, huh? What a way to start.
What a debut episode. So he threw some shade at the website. I'm gonna have to talk to Webisery.
Yeah, another shout out to another one of our sponsors, Webisery, who not only does our league. Yeah, I mean, he does a good job. He helps us out. His customer service is amazing. He's so hands-on. He is so responsive. His response time, crazy. You might have messaged 10 seconds, 3 seconds. He's on with it, and he's really good. He gets things done. Now we have to take note of these little criticisms. Although Brian wasn't aware of the search bar, as you see for the for the teams. So
I'm gonna make
is a step ahead.
I'm gonna make an announcement on the community chat. So that you can search for teams. So any closing words from you, Commissioner Edelman?
I'm just excited. I'm happy. It's been going really well. It's been 4 weeks. Things are really, really popping. If anybody watches this and wants to bring a summer team, get involved in our Summer Softball Sunday Morning League. We have a bunch of very exciting announcements for the fall. As I said earlier, plug our Kids League and our Youth T-Ball League. We already have many, many sign-ups starting after Pesach. And this is just the beginning. HSL to the moon, right? That's just the beginning.
HSL to the moon.
I hope there's no copyright on here, but HSL to the moon. The very beginning, we have very big plans, and this is my dream job. And this is my full-time gig now, and I'm excited to bring it to the rest of the world. And all I could say is 2 words, Dave. 2 words. Want to hear the 2 words? Let's go! Thank you guys so much, and we look forward to bringing you more podcasts very soon.